So my name is Jamie McAtee. I am a senior UX manager at Honeywell.
Hello, everyone. I am Denise Francis, a product design lead here in Atlanta, Georgia.
So I'm Kellyn McFlanagan. I'm a senior manager of UX at the Home Depot, specifically within merchandising.
Hi, my name is Sarah Sofia Riviera. I'm a senior UX designer at Honeywell Connected Enterprise.
So the advice I have for people getting into UX, there's a couple of different areas. One is networking is really important. So I help run the ISDA Atlanta chapter, and we always love to see, new people coming out, especially students or people that are looking for opportunities. We did a social last week with the Design Ops Group and ISDA Atlanta. And so really just getting out there and meeting people. I know the market is really rough right now, especially for people who are trying to break into the field. Getting in front of people who are working right now is really helpful. The other piece is your portfolio is really important, especially for that first job. And I do a lot of reviewing of portfolios as a hiring manager. Talking about process is so important for me because I want to understand, how did you tackle this problem? Because that's going to help me understand how you might tackle problems if you came and we worked together. On group projects, I also really like to see, how did you contribute to the project? Because that helps me understand, is this person a potential fit for this role, or is this person someone that might be a fit for another role? Because I've talked to people, and I have like a little list of people that we've talked to, like, hey, this could be a fit for this role if this kind of thing came open, or this kind of thing that came open. So
I kind of have this like checklist that I say over and over again because it seems to be something that really works. Start with going to events, taking classes, listening to podcasts that exist, really like digging in and finding all of the things about product design or user experience that already exist and get involved. And then I would say from there, you're going to want to join tech or product design groups. Find like-minded people, find meetups, and then not only join those groups, but get in there and ask questions and make friends. The next thing would be the portfolio side of things. People are like, how do I build projects for my portfolio? I would say attend hackathons. It is the quickest and easiest way to not only create pieces for your body of work, but to also meet people that are doing the same thing and to get experience working on a team. Curate a personal board of directors for yourself. Find your UX people and find the people that can hold you accountable, basically. And then from there, you want to just ensure that you're being realistic when it comes back to guidance and feedback. That way, when you get ready for your interview, you're ready to go and you'll be in a space where you'll also be interviewing the company versus only them interviewing you.
Start with finding mentors and communities. So almost all the jobs that I've ever gotten have been through networking or tapping into the hidden job market. In some ways I would go about this is I'd start by having a short pitch ready on your skills, on what you already have or what you want to do and learn, and then put yourself out there in person or online. If you're going to reach out online, a good pitch looks like doing some research on the person or a company and asking a thoughtful question to start a short conversation, not requiring too much commitment up front. So for example, you might do something like, I noticed that you've worked in enterprise design and consumer design. Do you like one over the other, or why? And if they answer you back, you can ask another question, which leads into what you ultimately want and how they'll benefit. And that will allow you to continue the conversation on. And then that way you can think about, maybe the next part of that conversation would be, the types of problems that enterprise design is trying to solve sound so interesting. And I love to solve big problems, and I've solved them before at my previous company. Do you know anyone hiring for this type of role? Or maybe I had a project similar to what you are describing. I'd love some specific feedback on the interaction portion of the flow. Could you take a look and give me 1 or 2 pointers? And when you're writing those, you can think about the parts of UX that you really want to break into. So is it quantitative researcher, enterprise designer, data visualization, problem solver? There are so many different angles to UX design. And consumer interaction design for websites, just one small little piece, and it's really a very saturated piece. How do some of the skills that you currently have translate into UX? If you think they can't translate, think hard, because they probably can. I've hired from all sorts of backgrounds: teachers, police officers, chefs, nurses, a flower farmer, the list goes on and on. You really want to think about what's your unique value.
If you start at school, listen to your teachers. Normally they will advise me like, hey, you should go to this agency or to this teacher. Or when we're doing critiques, like the people that are evaluating are people in the industry. So go approach them. Feel free to ask them for advice. They will be always willing to. And if you're not in school and probably you come from boot camp, or you're trying to switch from your current discipline into UX, look at your local organizations, whether it's IXDA, Ladies at UX. It's so important to understand at which stage the industry is right now. Like I started around 6 years ago in UX, and I can see completely the whole changes, even in the way we present portfolios. So it's so important to understand how to build a portfolio, and believe the people in the UX community are so generous and are always willing to have new talent. Go online, look for your local chapter. Like you cannot be isolated. You need to be part of the community and learn to receive feedback and how to improve. How do we present ourselves into the world of UX?